OtisWho. Music.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Yeah. Tell me something ever.
One thing for certain, you ain't living till you come alive. Get it twisted, catch a walk up, aim it from the side. Niggas turned on me, fuck it, I know how to drive. Road to success, a lonely ride. My wrist had a seizure, my neck is anemic. My girl look like heaven, so I copped her a demon. Hey, that boy ain't a shooter, you can't get shit when you blinking. So fuck the shit he talking, we'll park that boy like Lincoln. He a bitch like Goldilocks, he just want the porridge. See, we completely different, me, I want the whole forest. We ain't in the same boat, I'm in a yacht on the coast. Politicking with the type of women you couldn't approach. And the mama, she bad, yeah, I can see she conceited. So before she get this dick, I'ma make her Uber eat it. Own nothing, control everything. John Rockefeller, equity in real estate. Asset over checks, on that beat, no squad of shit. I reverse the debt, out of walk bar. Morris rap guy, I'm a threat. Walking on water, wavy quantum physics. That's on God, I'm never tripping, bitch. I get it cradle to the grave. Ain't you not see, motherfucker, look what mama made. Yeah. Okay, if we talking numbers, then I'll be completely honest. You ain't paid for the verse, my baby, the fee was for homage. Long road to success, but I never get off it. It's get money from the womb to the coffin. Yeah, Victory, nigga, drop winning by a landslide. Walk like in this motherfucker, I'm a landmine. Snitch niggas all the Mars, all them niggas tell time. Bring it over this way, you gon' have to tell God. I'm in rare form, lucky lefty. R.I.P. my brother Lenny, shout out Grandma Becky. Yeah, he at it again, my nigga, read him and weep. Residual ends, my money stacking my sleep. Versace my sheets, thread count, coming with a queen. I run a regime like Saddam Hussein or Saddam Hussein. You're out of your league, you're out of your lane. I'm on pot, spelled backwards, T.O.P. Used to trampoline the mattress, see you seen the springs. Back then we ain't had shit, but I had a dream. Now I walk through the airport like I'm a king. I drop hooks 4 feet, call me Jaffe Kareem, nigga. I drop hooks 4 feet, call me Jaffe Kareem, nigga. I drop hooks 4 feet, call me Jaffe Kareem. I get it cradle to the grave.
Yeah.
Ain't you not see, motherfucker, look what mama made.
Ain't shit changed but the weather.
Yeah. Okay, if we talking numbers, then I'll be completely honest. You ain't paid for the verse, my baby, the fee was for homage. Long road to success, but I never get off it. It's get money from the wound to the coffin.
OtisWho. Music.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Yes, yes. I'm here. Oh, I must have missed something. Damn. Okay, my bad. That was rude. Hey, I'm here. This is the OtisWho podcast. Thank you for tuning in. This is High at Noon with OtisWho.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
And yes, as the title of the show suggests, yes, I am. It's legal in Missouri. I'm just chilling. Been watching the news, watching the Olympics, all that. I'm well abreast of what's going on. But again, before I get my rant going on, what's going on to the people that's tuning in right now? I'm actually watching the Olympics live right now. It's the women's gymnastics is live. Simone is leading at this time. She's not on the floor right now, but she is leading. I don't know who is this on the floor right now, but she just made a boo-boo. They're doing the floor exercise. Is it just me, or is it hard to watch gymnastics? I have to watch it with one eye closed or something. I just can't. My nerves are bad. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to the show. I'm OtisWho from the OtisWho podcast. We're going to have a good show as usual. Just a nice conversation. Nothing forced at all. Just nice and relaxed. As you can see, I named a couple of topics in the title already that I definitely want to discuss and go over, if it's okay with you. Also, if you would like to have anything that you would like for me to talk about, of course, please drop it in the chat and I will see it. And of course, we'll talk about it. I'm going to drop the link shortly, so please feel free, if you're able to come up and partake in the conversation. Please do. I enjoy the back and forth. I love an open conversation. I love it. But with that being said, before we get started, you see the icons above my head. Please, whatever you need to do, like, subscribe, follow. Please do that. I appreciate it so much. Also, too, I'm not drinking coffee right now, but I had my level of coffee already. I can't drink anymore, but I still have my coffee fund. Check it out. Scan the QVR code. If you feel that the show is worthy of your support, please scan the QVR code and do what you need to do. Super chats, cash apps, all that. That's my last time begging. That's how I roll. I won't be doing it again. If you feel this worthy, do what you have to do. With that being said, before I get started and go any further, you know what we do. You know what we do. Can't do anything, won't do anything unless I open up with this song. And here we go.
It ain't gonna work. The weapon may come, but it ain't gonna work. The weapon may fall, but it ain't gonna work. No, no. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. It won't work. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No, it won't. No, it won't. It won't work. I want you to know God will do what He said He's gonna do. He will stand by His word. He will come through. No weapon formed against you. It may try, but it won't. It can't harm you. It won't work.
Yes, yes, yes. You know how I roll. That's my song, baby. Oh, that's my song. Let's get right into it. I'm keeping up with the Olympics. I like it. I really do. My favorite sport in the Olympics would be track and field. I believe that's a lot of people's favorite. It's definitely mine. So I'm definitely keeping up with that. That doesn't start until tomorrow. It might kick off today, but I believe it officially starts. Everything as far as track and field is concerned will start tomorrow. So I'm anxious and on pins and needles for that. I love my track and field, especially all the speed races, anything from 200 meters and lower. 400 is okay. I take 400. I'll go up. 400 meters and under. 400 meters for you guys that don't know. That's one time around the track as fast as you can, quarter mile, basically. But yeah, that starts tomorrow. But with that being said, let's get straight into it. I want to share, as I do, let you know what's going on with the count as it stands. As it stands, if you're interested, yesterday we had 28. Today, we still lead. We have 31 gold. I mean, my fault, 31 medals. We lead the world in medals. Beautiful. I take that. That's fine. I take that. It seems like we've only gained 2 gold medals since yesterday. That's crazy, but I take it. We had 4 gold medals yesterday, so today we have 6. I don't know how many silver we had yesterday. I forgot. We only increased by what? 28, 29. We only increased by 3 medals. So 1 was gold. No, 2 was in gold. No, 2 gold. So I'm tripping. We increased 2 in gold. So it had to be, 1 in silver or probably bronze? I don't know. But anyway, that's good. I'll take that. Let's see. France is in second. China moved up to third. I forgot who they kicked out. I believe Great Britain was in third. China snuck up in there. Okay, and their ratio to gold and medal, from medals to gold is beautiful. They have 22 medals, and out of the 22 medals, 11 are gold. Damn, China. Okay, I'm not mad at you. Listen, same thing here. Japan, they're in 6th place with 15 medals, but the ratio, I just like the ratio. I'm sorry. Out of the 15 medals, over half, 8 are gold. You got to love that ratio. You have to. You can't hate on them. But again, we will be making ground. We will be definitely making ground in the gold medals for us track and field real soon. I know one of those gold medals came from the swimming pool yesterday. I forgot her name. Please forgive me. Is it Lecky? Ooh, I forgot her name. If you're in the chat and if you're watching, put it in the chat. I forgot her name. If you're even interested, but I like stuff like that. But yeah, but that's the count. That's where we at as of right now. Beautiful. I take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Let me drop this link real quick, just in case my counterpart, my slash co-host, all depends on what day it is, if he wants to come up and partake in the conversation that we're about to get into. And for whoever else wants to come up, I'm going to drop the link now. But let me go ahead and get on my rant, though, on what's going on. Now, check this out, though. I watched it. Did you guys see Donald Trump? Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's go to politics a little bit. Did you guys see Donald Trump when he went to go speak at the National Association of Black Journalists, NABJ, National Association of Black Journalists? I actually watched it. Hopefully you did too. You have to stay abreast of what's going on. I'm hoping you are keeping informed of what's going on, both sides, no matter if you're Democratic or Republican. It really doesn't matter. You have to stay informed. For the record, they both full of, it's too early to curse. They both full of it. I don't like both. I don't like neither side. I really don't. I don't get into it like that. I watch Fox News and I watch CNN. I don't understand, which I get it. I'm not going to say I don't understand it because it's going to come off as being passive aggressive, and I'm not trying to do that. And I'm calling people slow, and I'm not trying to do that. But I will say this: I can't watch CNN without watching Fox. I can't do it. I have to watch both of them. Both of them full, I'm going to say it, both of them full of shit. They both are. After a while, you learn to read between the lines, know what they're not saying versus what they're saying. You hear the rhetoric on both sides. It's loud and clear on both sides. I mean, if you turn on Fox, of course, they're going to be talking and leaning more towards the right, obviously. And of course, they're talking about Trump at this time, obviously. If you're turning on CNN, of course, it's the opposite. It's obvious, it's blatant, it's there. So, of course, I don't expect an individual with towards the left. What is that? What was that? Who was that? Oh, who was that? Oh, that's Brownsville. Is that you, Brownsville? That's you, Brownsville. Yeah, let me meet you. Yeah, I'm sorry. That sound scared the mess out of me. I was hearing a little hissing. Okay, I had to put you on mute, Brownsville. I thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying, they both full of shit, both of them. But I can't watch Fox without watching CNN, and you have to decipher what you have to decipher between both. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But let me go ahead and bring up. Let me see here. I'm going to bring you guys up now, and then I will bring up this, and then I start talking about the stories I want to talk about. Give me a second here. Where you at? Boom. Okay. All right. There you go. Boom. Add the scene. Add the scene. Okay. All right. Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Peace and love, my brother.
Okay. Yes, I appreciate you, Brownsville. Joining the show, we have Brownsville, and also we have Haitian. Go ahead and say hi
What
to the people. Haitian, speak to them, man.
what up, nation? It's your boy Haitian. How y'all doing? You know how I do. Let's get it
Ta.
in, y'all.
Right, right. Hey, what's going on with you, Brownsville? I haven't heard from you in a while. You been okay? The last time, well, I'm not gonna say the last time we spoke. It's been a while, but I will say, the last I've heard, you were enjoying your vacation, well-deserved vacation. I might add. I'm pretty sure you deserved it with your family, and I have been seeing your beautiful family pictures that you were sharing on YouTube. So I wanted to congratulate you on your beautiful family, and also hopefully you had a nice vacation. What's going on?
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, my brother. Peace and love to the brother Haitian as well. Listen, man, I'm always gonna come up and conversate with you, my brother. And I had a lovely, lovely, lovely summer so far, man. I did like 3 different vacations. My
Good.
first vacation was a family vacation, and we all went to St. Martin, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
me, my wife, and my 2 kids. And then what I did was after that one, I surprised my wife. She didn't even know about it. So a few days after that, I surprised her with just a couple vacation, just me and her. I took her down to the Bahamas and we shared that vacation just together. And
Okay.
then we just came from another vacation with the kids because they're about to go back to school soon. So
Right.
we took
Right.
them to a resort, a nice resort. And I also surprised my wife again. I took her to see Janet Jackson. She's on tour right now with Nelly. So I
Right.
took her to see that. All that's on I posted all those things, man.
That's good,
I'm
man.
just
Look at you.
trying to show the people, letting them know,
Yeah,
hey,
that's what's up.
everybody's not a rim brother. You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go. There you go.
Listen, man, it's okay. It's okay to treat your woman like she's special and all of those
Yes.
different kind of things, man. But
Yeah.
I'm glad you spoke about Donald Trump, the interview he did last night, right?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Let's
Because
get into it, man. Let's get into it. What's up, man? Talk to me.
because what if you notice, and this is what I noticed, right?
Okay.
Number one, he was very defensive the entire interview. Number
Let,
two,
let's
he
talk.
was very condescending, right? He was talking to those ladies as if they weren't qualified to be in a room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it reminded me a lot of the Rim Brother conversations you see on YouTube. And Otis, you're a good brother, so you're gonna acknowledge this, right? A lot of times, the men on the YouTube space, especially the ones who share a misogynistic point of view,
Mm-hmm.
whenever it's time to discuss a conversation topic with the ladies, the queens, the women, you'll find that these men are very defensive when they're conversating with the women and also very condescending in nature when they're conversating with those women. So I noticed that pattern with Trump, and it's the same pattern that I noticed with the Rim brothers. I want to get your take on it. What did you notice?
Okay. But first and foremost, let me say this. We have to inform my audience because it's slightly different. It is some crossover. It is, and shout out to Sharon Bracey for the crossover of the audience. But some of my audience is not familiar with the term RIM, which is an acronym. But I would like for you to explain the acronym because you would give it much more justice. Because I do have people who don't have no idea what that is, and I do. But I want you to explain it before I get into what I want to get into, if you don't mind, sir. You there? Did you hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if he went mute or what.
Yeah,
Okay, can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you made me nervous for a minute. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. You there?
Yeah, I had a difficult time unmuting. Um,
Okay.
so the RIM acronym,
Okay.
um, I created it. It stands for Red Pill, Incel, and Manosphere. And I came up with this acronym because I've studied how the red pill men, the incel men, and the manosphere men all communicate in regards to women. And they communicate with women in a very disrespectful and misogynistic way, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
right? It
Mm-hmm.
seems to me that the men who identify themselves as red pill, incel, or manosphere, they have some type of a disdain towards women that has caused them to react very emotionally in regards to communicating with women, right? And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of these men, in my opinion, are suffering from what's called rejection anxiety, which now allows them to be in their 30s, 40s, some even in their 50s, and they haven't changed their perspective towards women in a positive way because they haven't overcome that rejection anxiety. Now, those same brothers, those Rim brothers, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
also added no good suckers to the Rim brothers. And the reason why I added that is because not only do they share that ideology and they share that perspective towards women, but even when they're conversating with women in real time, often you'll notice that they'll start disrespecting them. They'll call them B's, they'll call them H's, they'll yell at them, they'll scream at them, and all of those kind of things. And then these same men, they'll also are very demeaning towards their own mothers. I've heard them call their own mothers B's and H's and all of those things. And it's kind of ironic that the character of a lot of these men, I also identify those same characteristics from Trump last night.
Wow. Okay. Now, okay. I see how you tied it in. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I see how you tied it in. Okay. I'm listening. So, okay. Okay. Um.
So I just wanted to get y'all take on it from what y'all seen from Trump getting interviewed by those sisters.
All right. I will say this, and I'm being very objective. I really am. So I watched it. I watched it from the beginning, and I watched it all the way through. Uh, Let me, if you don't mind, I'm gonna mute out the mic because there's a little feedback real quick. Okay, there we go. We're good. Um, in my opinion, and allow me some time to land the plane. Trump is Trump. Trump, for the record, has a bad character. I don't like him for his character. He is. I don't believe he likes women. I believe he looks at women as trophies. I really do. So I give people that. His character sucks. All that. He feels entitled. I give the people on the right, on the left, I give them that. I'm not going to argue that. But in my opinion, it goes both ways. In my opinion, the way that interview started off, the young lady was trying to get Donald Trump in a got you moment. Now, I could play the clip, and she asked that man a loaded question. Several questions, which she had points to each question that she asked. I give her that. But there's no way inhumanly possible that you really expected Donald Trump to answer those questions. You just wanted to spew out what you feel was the right. The rhetoric that he was spewing. You believe it to be factual, so you wanted to get him in got you moments. So Trump, being Trump, not making no excuse for him, he reacted the way he reacted. Not making no excuse for him. But to me, what I'm saying is it goes both ways. That wasn't a genuine question. Now, to me, the genuine question would be any one of those questions that she asked, or she asked a plethora, I can't even say the word, a plethora of questions, several, back to back. It was like a good, if I'm not mistaken, a good 7 to 8 questions that she wanted that man to answer. knowing doggone well no one's going to answer those questions. There was a got you moment. So I'm not going to repeat myself. So it goes both ways. But to your point, does he have the tendencies of the rail pill men, the manosphere talking points? Yes, he does. I give you that. Yes, he does. But it goes both ways, though. He's not the only one on that side. The Democrats on the other side do the exact same thing. So me personally, which I know it's hard to do, me personally, I'm taking the character and all that off the table. I want to just deal with strictly the policies thereof, or the tax cuts and things like that. Character and all that. Of course, I'd be the first to and I'm probably the first one that's going to admit this, knowing that I kind of leaning towards the Republican side for as my views, for as having conservative views. I lean very right for as my conservative views. I do have some liberal points, but I'm not going to lie, I'm very conservative in my thinking points. Do I like that Trump is the so-called spokesperson of that movement now? No, it sucks. It really does. Some of the things that he was saying yesterday, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm not going to even lie, but it was going the other way as well. It really was. So I land my plane. But that's how I would answer that. But I will say this: a lot of the things that he was saying, not that what he was saying wasn't true. I agree with a lot of the things he was saying. I think it's just the messenger. For example, and I'll let you come in. For example, he's the wrong one, and it's sad because he is running for president, and he will. Oh God, he is the former president. He should know how to articulate himself better. But he's not lying when he made the comment when the illegal immigrants coming across the border. It's just common sense. And let me just try to just make this real plain and simple so people will understand it. It's so simple to me. Of course, when the immigrants illegally are coming across the border, they're going into the low income areas. Obviously, that's where they're going. They're not going to the middle class areas, and they're not going to the gated communities. Of course, they're not. They're moving into the lower class areas, the so-called ghettos, whether they're white, black, Chinese, or Mexican, it don't matter. He just happened to use the black word. But it's true. That's where they're going. And they're doing the jobs, unfortunately, let's keep it real, that we as a people wouldn't want to do anyway, but we do it as a necessity. But we don't want to do them jobs. And there's a reason that we have to do them jobs, because some of us, not all, have to do those jobs because of our background based on their own fault, criminality for us, police records, or just trying to get out on their own and get their first job, to get their foot wet, just to get out there. Those jobs are being taken by the immigrants, especially the temporary field, the temp companies. Those jobs have been taken by the illegal immigrants, for real. So that's what he means by that. And to me, it's just common sense and simple. But he's the wrong messenger to get that point across. Now, I felt like I just articulated that point, and it's so simple. That's obvious to me. You should be able to visualize what I just said. And it's true. Not the lawn care services or the Mexicans on top of the roof putting down the roofing jobs. No, we see that every day. I'm talking about your everyday temp jobs that you work in the factory lines and your other type of jobs, the everyday regular jobs that we are regulated to in our own communities, but they're being gone. I land my plane. Go ahead, sir. That's what he mean by that. I think he's misunderstood. He's just the wrong messenger. But go ahead, Brownsville. Yeah, you got a little slight feedback, but we hear you though. We hear you. Oh, he must have. Okay, go ahead. Just come on back. Okay, go ahead. But go ahead. What say you, Haitian? While Brownsville get his connection together.
Okay. Well, I mean,
What say
yeah,
you?
you're right about. You know what? A lot of it. You're right. I mean, jobs that we don't want, people don't want, or let they coming to get those jobs. jobs on the farm fields and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, how many people of color or even white folks do you see running to get those kind of jobs? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
let me
those
add him back.
jobs,
Okay,
a
he's
lot of
back.
those jobs, they coming to get those farming jobs. You know, who do we have getting these crops out these fields to get to market for people like us to come buy off the shelves at the store? You know,
True that, yeah.
so
I'm here to see what I want to. I'm here to see what Brownsville response is for
yeah,
us to what I just said. Talk to me, Brownsville.
yeah. Go ahead.
I didn't hear the entirety of your response,
Oh,
right?
okay.
But I did hear you say that you felt that the questions were loaded, right?
Yes, yes.
And I disagree with that. I disagree with the questions being loaded, and the reason why I disagree with that is because
Okay.
for a politician, right, for somebody who's running for elected office, there's no such thing as a loaded question.
All right. Can I give you an
You're
example?
trying to
Okay, go ahead. I'm going to cut you off. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
well let me hold on. The reason why I say there's no such thing as a loaded question to an elected official is because you're trying to win my vote. So the burden is on you to convince me as to why you are worthy for my vote, right? So it's my job to put you in positions to convince me. So if you're coming to me as somebody who wants something from me, but then when I question you, you say, well, man, that's a loaded question, and you get defensive, that seems to me like that's an oxymoron, right? That's just like me coming to you, Otis, saying, hey, I need to borrow $5,000 from you, right? And then you tell me, well, hey, Brownsville, um, I know you need this money, but I need to know your plan as to one, how you're gonna return this money to me, and two, how you're gonna put yourself in a position to where you don't have to ask me for this type of help any longer. And then by you asking me those questions, now I'm getting defensive and I'm telling you, well, Otis, stop asking me
Check
loaded
this out.
questions.
I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for.
Got technical
Hey
difficulties.
Otis, are you
Giving
are
us
you
an
getting that
hour of your
feedback?
time.
Hold on. Okay, yeah. Is that better? Can you hear me? Is that better? But I'm not getting any feedback though. Are you getting feedback?
No, were you able to hear me talking though?
Yes, I heard you. Yes,
Oh,
I
okay,
heard you.
okay,
Yeah, I was trying to get my video ready to play while you was talking, and I inadvertently hit the play button. Yeah, yeah.
okay.
But I heard you though. I wanted to play the very beginning and let her ask her opening question. And I'm going to stop it right after that. And I just want to, and we're going to discuss it because to me, it's like if she really, really wanted him to answer a question, especially an opening question like that, it wouldn't have been as detailed and all those things that she was rambling off. And let me give you an example. And this is what I'm saying. So let's play it. Here we go. Here we go.
Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, Why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. Now, I'm going to be fair, Brownsville. Do you honestly think she wanted an answer to that question, or was it a got you moment? Let's just be honest. Did she really want to answer to those five? Just because I was sitting here counting on my finger, she listed 5 to 6 things. Ran them off. All valid points. I give you that. I'm not negating that. All valid points, which he should be able to answer. But my question is, how can he answer those 5 to 6 valid points in that one setting? Did she really
Right.
expect him to answer that
So
question? Come on now. Or was that a
So
gotcha
here's the
moment? Talk to me.
so so Otis,
Uh-huh.
I don't believe it was a gotcha moment at all, right? Because what she did was she just beautifully laid out her question for him to answer. So she told him the reasons why most black people would be hesitant to trust Donald Trump to put him in position to be their leader again after he expressed some of the things that he expressed about black people and people of color. So she first outlined the premise of her question, which was, hey, you've said these things in the past that could be misconstrued as racist or hatred towards the black and brown community.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, after she told him specifically, because here's the thing about Trump, right? If you don't give him the specific infractions that you're accusing him of, then he's gonna come back and make it seem like it never happened and it's not true. That's his normal MO. So what she was beautifully outlining is the premise, saying, okay, these are all the things that you have said that could be misconstrued or could be taken as slights. So
Uh-huh.
now that we've laid the foundation of what you said previously, going forward, what would you say to people who feel like they were offended by what you said? And what are you willing to say to them in order to garner their trust going forward? To
Uh-huh.
me, she was just holding him accountable to his own words, right?
Now let's see what he
And
says.
Otis,
I'm
Otis,
listening. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
if
ahead.
you
I'm
if
listening.
you if you if you hold me accountable just to my words, right? I can't be offended by that. I can't get defensive because of that. You say Brownsville. 2 months ago, you said this, right? But
Mm-hmm.
now, 2 months later, you're coming to me and you're needing help from me. After 2 months ago, these are the things you said about me. So, why should I be aligned with your vision now when in your eyes I was maligned 2 months ago? I think that's fear and it's inbounds for you to ask me that type of question before you lend a helping hand. Do you disagree with that?
Oh, the way you're putting it is fine. Out the question again was a valid question, and the points that she was raising was valid. I'm questioning the way she put the question. She didn't really want an answer. I really do believe that. Now I heard what you said, but in my opinion, if she really wanted an answer to her grievances that she listed out, she would have let him speak and answer one by one. Ask him just one question and let him come after
Which
that and
all she
answer that
did was
question.
ask him one question. She
No,
see
no, no.
Otis.
She listed
She
5.
asked
No,
him
she
one
listed 5
question.
things.
No, no, no. She laid out because see if you can even go back and replay it, right? Because this is what she did. She laid out the premise, Otis. She said, "Hey, these are some of the troubling things you've said in the past about black and brown people," right? She
Okay.
wasn't asking questions at that time. She was just laying out the premise of the question, right? So these are all the troubling things that you've said out of your. These are the things that came out of your mouth, right?
Mm-hmm. Got
So
you.
going forward, since these are the things that came out of your mouth in the past, going forward, what are you willing to say now to those things that will garner trust from the black and brown community? I think that's fair, Otis. Right? It's just like when you're interviewing, you're a business owner, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And let's say you're interviewing a manager for your business, right? It's fair for you to do a background check on them, right? And in order for you to trust them to manage your business, right? They need to be able to answer the questions that may be some things in their background that you're unsure of.
I get all
But
that.
if they answer the questions to your liking, then maybe you're willing to overlook some of those troubling things that you discovered in their background.
I get that. Listen, and
And
I
I
give you,
think
yeah,
for the
I get
for
that
the
though.
president for the president of the United States, that should be magnified times 1,000, because you know pretty much the lives of the country is in his hands, right? He's going to have the nuclear codes. He's going to have executive authority. He's going to have things within his purview that can affect the USA in totality. So if there's questions and there's questionable rhetoric and there's questionable behavior, we have every right to call him to account to answer to those specific improprieties
Do you like
without him getting
anything?
defensive.
Like, first, listen, I'm being honest with you. I'm not here to quote unquote defend Donald Trump or anything like that. We're just having an honest, fair conversation, and I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate the back and forth. Like I said, he is not, far as character wise, a good man. Far as his character, that goes without saying. So I'm not here to even debate that. He's not a great speaker. He's not. He doesn't articulate himself well at all. I saw the whole video. I mean, the whole interview yesterday. It's optics. To me, he did a horrible job. That's why they had to get him off the stage. He meant well, but it didn't come across good at all. Did it change, honestly, my view if I was on the fence? If I was on the fence, would it have changed my view to either fall off that fence left or right? I'm not going to say that, because he did exactly what he always done. Always. Trump has always been Trump. I think people get caught up in his words, his rhetoric, which rightfully so, it's crazy. He's made some crazy statements, off the cuff statements that a typical politician wouldn't have said it that way. Some things he says, I could appreciate him saying it because he is just being honest about it. Some things, damn, you should have kept that to yourself. But a polished politician would have known not to say that, or would have just kept it to himself and not said it. So
But
I give
Otis,
you that. What's
even
up?
even taking it, let's take politics out of it, right?
Okay.
Throw politics aside, Otis, and let's talk about accountability, honor, and integrity, right?
Okay.
Self-reflection. Do you
hmm
believe that the president of the United States should have those four things: honor, integrity, self-reflection, and accountability?
Yes. And I believe Donald Trump has those things in some form or fashion. Not as much, I would say, compared to others. I'll be honest with you, and I'm not giving you lip service. I'm pretty sure he loves this country. I'm pretty sure he honors this country. You might not agree on the way he honors it and loves it, but he
Okay, so
loves it.
let's say he has honor. Okay, I'll concede that he probably has honor.
hmm
Let's go integrity. Do you believe Donald Trump has integrity?
The word integrity. Does he have op? Okay,
Now
I
answer
know that.
honestly.
Listen, I am. I'm not even lie. I know the definition of integrity, but I want to look it up just so I won't flip flop on my words for real. But I do know the definition of it. I'm just being honest, and we live. I'm being real. Integrity. Let me see, because if integrity, If integrity means it has to be across the board at all times, then no. But if you could be selective about who you have integrity for, then yes. So that's why I
No,
want to read,
integrity isn't selective.
and that's why I want to read the actual definition. So you
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead
you
and
see what
read
I'm
it.
saying? I got you. Hold on, give me 1 second. Integrity. Okay, adherence to moral. Okay, adherence to morale and ethical principles, soundness of moral character, honesty, the state of being whole, entire, or undiminished. I could see now. See now, this is where we're going to disagree. I believe that can be selective. You can be selective to who you have integrity with. I believe you can. You believe you can't.
No, but
You,
it's not because no, it's if you when you read the definition, it's a foundational principle. Either
yeah,
either you have integrity or you don't. There's no such thing as selective integrity.
okay, I will concede on that. I'm pushing it. I will concede on that. Let me
Right.
stop.
So
You right?
do you believe that
No,
he has
no,
integrity?
no, no,
Okay. So now
no.
let's go to accountability.
So the first one, the honor, yes. Integrity, no. What's the other one?
Accountability. Do you believe that Donald Trump allows himself to be held accountable and allows other people to hold him to account?
These are just my thoughts. These are my opinion. Does he hold himself accountable? Again, now I'm not going to fall on this one. I, damn, I can't do that. I can't do that. Damn. On the outside looking in, I would have to say no.
Right. Right.
I
It's
have to say
simple.
no. I'm
And
not going to
then
sit there and fight him. No.
the last one is self-reflection, right? Because we all agreed, you agreed that the president of the United States should have all four of those qualities, right?
Well,
Now,
I'm not. Well, you are saying that we're just having a conversation, but
no,
you
I
are
asked
naming,
you, no, but
but you are naming four
before
traits that. But you are naming four. I'm saying this. I want to make sure the word is correct. I mean, we're make sure we're on the same page. You feel that the president should have four of these qualities that you name: integrity, honor, and we're about to name the other ones. And I'm just having a conversation with you. I'm
no,
not
but I
disagreeing,
asked you.
but
So let me ask you again because I asked you the first time you said yes.
there you go. You're trying to hold me to my words. There you go. Okay, let's go. I know. Go ahead, Rossville.
So
Go ahead.
let me ask you again,
Go
Otis.
ahead.
Do you believe the president of the United States should have these four qualities: honor, integrity, accountability, and self-reflection?
Yes. Damn. Yes. This I know what you're about to do, but I ain't gonna let you do it though. But yes, the president should have those four qualities. There's nothing hard about that. Yes, the president, I believe, should have at least those four qualities. Yes.
Right,
Yes. And we've
right.
already established. We already established, from my opinion. That's just me. I'm just me. I'm just Otis. I feel he has honor, the integrity in question, accountability in question. What was the last one?
Self-reflection, the ability to look at oneself in the mirror and recognize the things that you need to remove out of your system that's negative and put more into your system as positive. The ability to see where you're doing what you're saying and doing wrong and correcting it to move in a more of a righteous way.
I don't know this for sure. We just having a conversation. I'm just guessing, obviously, and we're gonna do the same thing with Kamala, but taking Trump first. I would just off of face value, I would say no. So out of the four things, he would have just off a conversation one out the four. Just my
Right,
opinion. So okay,
right.
I got you.
So here's the thing, right? And
Okay.
now he's on a debate trail. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand, right? The reason why he sat down with these beautiful queens was because he's trying to win their vote, right? And since he's on a debate trail, don't you believe that he should have the ability to answer tough questions?
Of course, but let's be real. We talking about Donald Trump. I mean, I'm not.
No,
Again,
no, no.
I'm not making no
But
excuses.
see,
You
no.
are right. He should be able to, but
But
he.
here's the thing: what we go wrong when we put names and we attach names to it. What I'm
Okay,
saying
and
is
you know. Okay, but a typical
we're both
politician should be
combat
able to answer the
veterans.
question.
Otis, me and you both are combat veterans, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Me and you both are registered independents,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So we're just looking at it. Let's just look at it objectively. Take the
Got you. Yes, sir.
names
Got
out
you.
of it,
Okay.
right?
I got you. I'm with you.
We're focusing on the duties and responsibilities of the office.
Of the president. I got you. I follow you. I'm
Right,
with you. I'm with you.
right,
I'm with you.
right. So what I'm saying is if we do that, then
Mm-hmm.
we can't look at this interview, especially that first question, knowing everything that we already know, knowing that you said he has one of the four key things that a president should have, right? These queens possibly feel the same way. He has one of the four things. So now I got to get him to clarify some of this stuff in order to determine if he's worthy of my vote.
Mm-hmm.
So how can we then say that they're asking him loaded questions from that perspective?
Great point. I like the way you build that. I'm not even I like the way you took your time and you build it and you didn't put a face on it. I like the way you did it. You listed. I give you that. I give you that. But I'm still going to say this for real because again, I will give you your credit for building that because I like this conversation. We're having a great conversation. To me, that was a loaded question. They didn't want him to answer that question. He still should have been able to handle that, though. You still been able to handle that. You have, for the record, and let me build my case. For the record, he was invited there, and they didn't really want him to be there in the first place. I'm not making no excuses for him, but the facts are that they didn't want him there in the first place. And when he did accept the invitation, he was under the impression that Joe Biden was going to be there. And if not Joe Biden, then of course you would expect Kamala to be there. But I understand Kamala not being there because she just garnered her position. She's the presumptive nominee. So she wasn't even on the ticket at the time. So of course I don't expect her to be there based on her scheduling and all that. But Trump was expecting Biden. And also too, not making no excuses, it is about the optics and he is human at the end of the day. Do you notice when he came out and he is the former president that he got no respect, none whatsoever? Nobody clapped or did anything, no acknowledgement or anything. So that's just poor decorum and lack of respect for the former president. And you heard how she started off the question. This question, and I will repeat it. Here you go. Watch this.
Former President Donald Trump.
And now they only stood up because they on stage. Show him respect, but you don't hear no clapping. You don't hear nothing. Yeah. And watch what she said. The first thing that come out of her mouth.
Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir.
Watch this.
A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today.
Right there. You talking and making this statement to the former president of the United States, whether you disagree with his politics or not. Nobody clapped for him, no nothing. He comes out to a hostile environment, which you didn't have to come. I'm not making no excuses. I'm just looking at the optics. Then he sits down. Biden is not there. Kamala is not there. And one of the first things out this journalist's mouth, which I respect the hell out of her, she's doing her job. She's doing her job, is to say, a lot of people don't believe that you should be here. Are you kidding me? So of
But
course
Otis,
he should have had. Now listen, I give you this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not making no excuses. He should have had the stoicism to endure that, to take that and answer the question. I'm not gonna lie. But again, I'm making no excuses. That's Trump.
now
Trump
Otis.
being Trump. I know I'm
So
putting the
so
face back on there, but that's Trump. Trump don't do politics. Trump do Trump. I'm just being real. But I give you the point though. Go ahead.
so I get what you're saying, right? They started it off. You're right. No one welcomed. He wasn't welcomed with open arms. Okay. Um, we can debate whether he deserved that to be welcomed with open arms or not. That's
Right. I
debatable,
got you. Right.
right?
Right. Yeah, debatable. Right.
So now she lets him know, right? So now she's answering that question because he's probably wondering in his head, well, hey, I'm not being welcomed with open arms, and then she confirms it by saying, well, hey, Mr. President, or Mr. Former President, I'm letting you know that a lot of people feel like you should not be here. Okay, so just in case you're wondering, why you're not being received with open arms, right? I'm going to tell you why you're not being received with open arms. So even at that juncture, right, he
Mm-hmm.
still has an opportunity to win them over to his side, right?
Yeah,
But
you're right.
but in that situation, what we have to do if we're in that situation, right? You can't be defensive, right? Because that's number one. You can't get emotional, right? You got to remove your emotions out of it because now you got to realize that the people that you need to speak to, they're probably emotional one way or another. So it's up to you to remove that from your purview and speak to them in a way to persuade them to your side. That was his job, right?
Yeah.
So now if you play it, right?
You
Because we
fool.
already played her question, right?
Right.
Now
Mm-hmm.
let's play his answer and let's see
Okay.
how someone who's because let's take the names out of it.
Right. I
Let's
got
just
you.
call him, let's just refer to him as the candidate for the president of the United States.
Okay.
And let's
Fair
just
enough.
see how he answers that first question.
Fair enough. Got you. Here we go.
You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabbit to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir.
Oh, come on now. Bear with us. We got to play the commercial. Bear with us. We good. Come on now. Oh, come on. This is YouTube, people. You know how it works. Bear with me. Come on now. Let me do this. Come on. We were just getting good. Here we go. Just bear with me. We good. We live. This, we got to play the commercial. You know how YouTube is. Give me a minute. Come on now. This is the new. All right, skip you. There we go.
As journalists, we use opportunities like
Here we
these
go. Hold on. Give me a
both
second.
to
Here we
inform
go. We're going to get to it.
animal and rabbit to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner, a first question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much, and and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money, they were stone cold broke, and I saved them, and I gave them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that.
Okay,
right.
now, long. Okay, go ahead. Now, wow. Now
So
listen. Go ahead.
so listen now. So here's the thing, right?
Go ahead. Yes.
This
Yes.
this is the candidate. This is the Republican candidate for the office of the President of the United States, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in this interview, his audience is predominantly what?
Black.
Right. And so she prefaced her question, or she laid the foundation or the premise of why she was asking him that particular question. I didn't find her to be disrespectful to him or attacking him in any way, because the way I feel, Otis, is if you are only utilizing your words or my words and rhetoric, that's not an attack against me,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I got you.
So she asked him the question, and then immediately, first thing he does, he gets defensive, right?
Yes, he does.
Then he criticizes the credentials, right? Then he makes himself out to be a victim.
How? Explain the victim part.
If you go back, he said something like, "Oh well, after everything I've done."
Oh, no. He listed all the policies and things that he's done, that he feel that he's done for the black community. That's where he started to spew off his stuff. So he wasn't playing a victim. He was giving the list of things that he's done for the black community from his perspective. Now, that could be debatable, obviously, but that's what he was doing. But yes, for the record, to be totally upfront with you, he did not handle that in a presidential manner. He did not. Be the first to say it. He was very, very defensive. He was, and he resorted to the ad hominems, hitting below the belt. And he did what he did about, he didn't question, I pushed back a little bit as well. He didn't question her credentials. He questioned, quote unquote, ABC being fake news. He's always done that. Again, do I agree with it? I'm not gonna get into all that. To me, it's all fake news, the left and the right. Just like I said earlier, I watch NBC. I mean, my fault. I watch CNN and I watch Fox. They both full of shit, but I know what to listen to or or how to read between the lines. So I get all that. So
No, but I agree with you on that. But the
mhm.
problem that I have is he did not even attempt to address the question that she asked him.
He handled it like a true politician. I get it. I listen. You're right. You're saying what you're saying because and I'm listening to
But
you. And it's
then,
a great
but then
conversation.
he
But
said,
I
but
wouldn't ask for
then,
it either.
but then he made the statement that he came in good faith. Well,
He did.
if you came in good faith, then you would have at least attempted to answer the first question, right?
That first
Because it
question was
wasn't it wasn't that difficult of a question. All he
he answered it,
listen,
but he
he
answered it
could
though,
have
Brownsville. He
he could
answered
have
it like
said
a true politician. He answered
no,
it.
but he
He's not
didn't.
gonna. He did. He answered like a true
So okay, all
politician.
right. So
I said like a
let me
true
ask you this,
politician.
because the question was after you said all of these things, right? That
Hmm.
is viewed as harmful towards our people.
When he spewed out that rhetoric,
How
got you.
how can we trust you going forward?
Hmm.
So do you think he said anything in that soliloquy to answer the question to garner
Honestly,
trust?
no. And I'm not trying to be funny. What politician would answer that question? And I'm not trying to be funny. Kamala wouldn't answer that. My phone was pronounced my disrespecting the name. I'm not trying to be funny. Kamala wouldn't have answered that question. They're trained. If someone asks you a loaded question of your quote unquote alleged or perceived to be false, or what you said in the past that you probably regret, or you probably do believe it, but you don't want that to come back up. You're going to deflect like politicians do, and you're going to answer it in a way that you feel is more deemed respectable, like he did. Well, I did this. Did it work? It didn't get past you, so it didn't work for you, but I'm pretty sure it worked to some other individuals. It didn't work to me either because I understand what politicians do. But to answer your question and not to play games, of course he didn't answer the question. He
Do
reflected
you
on
feel like
what a politician would do.
he was condescending to the interviewer?
Of course he was. Yes. Yes.
Right. And
He was.
to me, when if I bring you in for the have you ever conducted interviews, Otis?
Yes.
Right. So
Mhm.
you understand this principle, right? If I'm bringing you in for an interview for a
Mhm.
job that you're wanting, right? It's whose job is it to show that they're worthy, trustworthy to be hired on to the job?
Of course, it's the person that's interviewing, but let's make it more realistic because I like this conversation. But let's make it more realistic. We're talking about the president of the United States.
Right, which is
That's a
that's
one.
what I'm
Hold on,
saying.
hear me out though. We're talking about the president of the United States. The things that we're honestly discussing now, for real, his character, well, anyone's character, not just him, a person's character, uh, his alleged criminal record. Well, not alleged, it is. He did do his criminal record, and you can go by the stuff what they saying about Kamala, which I think is ridiculous. Of course, she's a prosecutor. Of course, she's supposed to put people in jail. That's her job. So for her and for people to give her a hard time because she's so-called locked up, this rhetoric, she locked up a lot of innocent black folks. That's just crazy to me. I don't even buy into all that. My point
But
of saying
how
all
did
that
we
is this.
move it to Kamala?
I know, no, my point is this. Who's ever in the office of the president of the United States, and this is my whole point, who's ever in the president of the United States, what goes on behind closed doors. And when they're talking to those leaders and those ambassadors and things like that, and if you want that face and whatever to get things done, I'm being honest. I would rather have Trump talking the way he talked on that stage to them doggone politicians, them leaders of them other countries, like he was doing when he had them other 4 years, than talking that political way, all nice and fake. I want somebody like Trump in office who's going to speak the real. And I'm just being honest because I'm keeping it real. They don't really run the country anyway. People behind them do all that. They're just the face.
All right,
I'm
so
a
exact
realist. So I'd
here's
rather
where
have his face to get
so
down to it. Let's talk
here's
about
where
that.
I right, so here's where I agree with you, right? That they're the
Mhm.
figurehead, they're the face.
Right.
They're not the actual person running the country, right? So that's why
Exactly.
I look at it the way I look at it, Otis, is since I know that they're not the actual person that's pulling all the strings,
Mm-hmm.
right? I
Right.
look at it in a way is who is the most worthy person that I want to be a representative of me as an American. That's the way I look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because me and you both know that the local elections are the elections that affect our bottom lines, right?
Exactly.
For the
Yes.
most part.
Yes. Most
So
definitely. State and yes.
when it comes to the national elections, the way I approach it is who is the most worthy, the most qualified candidate that I want to be a representation of me and my children, right? that I
Mm-hmm.
can point to and say, hey, this is an inspirational person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't look at the record of the former president and all of the allegations and all of the investigations and all of the lawsuits and all of the criminality, right? And say, well, hey, he's the person that I want to represent me, that I want to represent us. And that's as an American, as a soldier,
Mm-hmm.
as a business person, in any capacity, right? And that's why I'm reducing it down to, even if I was trying to hire someone to be my manager, right? Because we both um believe the president is in a managerial role, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So even on a basic levels of management, that's why I said, hey, if you bring in somebody that you're looking to hire as a manager, and you ask this person a question about their background, which that's what that question was about, the background, and they get defensive, and not only do they get defensive, they get condescending, and not only do they get condescending, then they start victimizing themselves, saying, well, how dare you even ask me a question like that? You didn't even properly welcome me, and all of those things. Answer this question honestly, Otis. Is that a person that you're going to hire to run your business?
Based on the way you set it up, the way you said it, of course not. But I don't view it the way you view it. But based on how you set it up, of
So
course I would.
okay, so
I
what do
just
you
don't view it the same way though.
disagree? Okay, because what I'm saying, because we're talking about,
I disagree about the victimization. I don't think he was trying to victimize himself. I really don't. I honestly feel like I'm hearing the interview. I'm hearing it. I understand how politicians, I'm taking Trump out of it. Forget it's Trump. Me personally, I'm being honest with you. It's hard for me to even have a conversation on this particular level because to me it's just scratching the surface. This is just a surface conversation. This is about popularity. This is about how people view an individual. And to me, I'm looking way past that. I really am. To me, it's all about the optics. Of course, his optics is horrible. There's no justification for it. None. And everything you're saying, I give it to you. I'm not going to push back on it. Everything you're saying, the optics of him being condescending, all that might very well be true. I'm not going to push back on that because it looks bad. It does. And I'm an independent. It looks bad. But I will say this with a straight face, including his quote unquote criminality, because I'm a realist, about him being a misogynist, about not liking women, all that. I'm taking all that. I know that's him, his character. That's his character.
so let
To
me
me,
ask you,
that
let
ain't
me
got
ask you this question,
let
Otis.
me finish. That ain't got nothing to do with him running this country and being across facing another president or emperor or a prime minister of another country negotiating tariffs and also explaining to the American people about what's really going on with the IRS tax system and the tax system, period. I would rather go with somebody like that. The hell with his character. And that's why I look at Donald Trump in that way. His character, he sucks. If it's based on character, no, I wouldn't vote for him. Of course not. Based on some of the things he said, of course not. Of course not. But all that is surface stuff. Surface stuff. What does he get done? Instead of just being a person just sitting in that office and being managerial. What can he actually get done? He ruffled some feathers. He ruffled some feathers. We wouldn't know the conversations behind closed doors. Of course we wouldn't. But I'm guaranteeing you the phone calls that he had with the other nations, other countries, wasn't soft. It was Donald Trump being Donald Trump. I agree with him and not being part of NATO. That's just a waste of money for what? And we carrying majority of the load. It's certain things that I do believe in. I really do. The hell with his character. If he get locked up after he served, go for it. If he did that ignorant shit, yeah, lock his ass up. But until then, let him run the country like a business, like it is. This is a business. People think he did bad because he filed bankruptcy. That was brilliant. If you understand what bankruptcy is and know what bankruptcy he filed. See, I'm a businessman. The hell with his character. Yeah, he sucks. No, he won't come over my house. No, I won't introduce him to my wife. Are you kidding me? But he could run this company, this country, because it is a company. Look it up. It's a company. So that's what I'm looking at, for real. Now, he should learn, and I hope he know how to delegate. Then you bring in the faces like the Kamalas and the ones that the country like to ease over the people. But to run this business, give me somebody like Trump, and I ain't finna take no shit. What we discussing prior to that was just surface shit. I'm being real. We could continue to talk about it, but there's no argument or no debate because I agree with you. He handled that situation wrong. It was egregious. He made him look bad. He didn't garner any votes. No, he didn't. But it didn't sway me because I'm looking at the big picture. That's just me. A lot of people don't like that. What say you?
Well, I was gonna say one thing I wanted to say is out of everything that he was saying, what where is that written in the job description for the president to be president? Integrity and all that. Where is all that where is all that written at? Because it's not written in what they looking for. What makes you qualify for a president?
Good
That
Okay,
point.
I can I
It's
can
not a
answer
good
that.
point. It's not written, but okay, go ahead,
I
Brownsville.
I can answer that. So is that my brother Haitian?
yeah, that's
Yes.
me, man.
Okay, Haitian. So me and Otis both have we're both combat veterans. Do you have any experience with the military?
Yeah, I'm a vet too.
Okay, right? So you're gonna understand this, right? So do you understand that the president is also the commander in chief?
I understand all that. I mean, I understand,
Right,
and
hold on,
trust,
no, no, no,
trust,
no, hold on. Haitian, because you said that where is it in the job description that he should have honor, integrity, accountability, self-reflection, right? That was your question, right?
exactly.
Right. So what service, what branch of service did you serve?
I served in the army.
Okay. So in the army, right? Was it in your job description as a soldier to have honor, integrity, selfless service, self-reflection, and accountability?
For us, yes, but
Right. Oh, no, no, no. Hold on. You said yes,
okay.
right?
All right, go ahead,
So,
because
so
I
now,
got it. I got
so now you understand that there's a chain of command when it comes to the military, right?
you. Yeah, yeah, of
Right.
course.
And who's at the very top of that chain of command?
Well, that would be at the president at the top of that chain command is still the president, regardless of what you're saying.
Exactly.
I
So
understand that.
that's where those values come into play at.
Okay, now how can you expect those kind of values from a person that's never served to receive those kind of values the way we receive those values? Okay, that's the
Whoa.
difference.
Good
He's a
point.
businessman.
Damn.
He ain't never served in the military. So integrity
Him or
and
Kamala.
how we
Damn. Good
feel
point. Damn. Okay.
don't apply to him. That's how he feels.
Hmm.
So I mean, that's where it's different for between how we feel as what a president should be, how they should conduct themselves with integrity and stuff. But for somebody that's never served, for somebody that's never had to have that opportunity to understand what honor, integrity, self-reflection, and all that is about, you talking to a horse right
So, so
I'm just
Haitian.
playing devil's advocate. It is a good point. I'm
So
just playing devil's advocate. Don't necessarily
it's
agree, but it is a good point though. But go
it's
ahead, Brownsville. Talk to me.
right, but it's the point is easily debunked, right?
Okay, talk to me.
Because
Debunk it.
because the CEO of a company, do you believe he should have those same qualities? If the
CEOs,
company
if it's,
if the company is, let's just say, just to lay the foundation that this is a successful company. This is a company that is having success year over year, right? Do you believe in within that company, right? Those values, honor, integrity, self-reflection, and accountability would be pillars to that company. Yes or no?
they should be. I'm not gonna say that they
Well,
are.
let's just take it in general, right? Let's just say the majority. So let's say the majority of successful companies, right? Do you believe that the majority of successful companies have those values within their system?
They have those values in place for those people that work for their company. That's not to say that they still share those same values, okay?
No, but what
Because
I'm
trust
saying,
me,
I'm just establishing, I'm just establishing a
I
baseline
get you. I
of
get you,
Companies,
but
yeah, yeah.
that
Okay.
the,
Listen,
the
I'm sorry.
baseline.
I get what
Let me
Haitian's saying.
let
No,
me explain
yeah,
myself.
yeah. I get what Haitian's saying. I
Let,
get what Haitian's
let me
saying.
explain myself
Yeah, go ahead.
because
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
not gonna talk the way I'm not gonna talk like I live in the matrix. I'm sorry. That's gonna be hard for me to do. So everything that you're saying, yeah, it can apply and it should apply. But I look at the reality of it because I'm not looking at it from that side of the matrix. So and I get what you're trying to say, but trust and believe, I'm gonna kill it down. Everything, anything, and everything you got to say, and it's not nothing against you, and it's not nothing against what the conversation is about. It's just the reality of it.
Right. So you're saying that because you're viewing the reality of it, and this is no offense to you, Haitian. I don't want you to take offense to what I'm about to say, but you're viewing it through a lens of reality of a degenerate mindset, in which you're saying that yes, okay, we can have the office of the president of the United States, and it's okay for him to be a degenerate, right? To me, yes. I mean, you can have both of those two things because we've already had it, right? But what I'm saying is that's not conducive to success, right? And what Otis brought up, right, which I kind of wanted to really attack what he said about the foreign policy aspect of it, right? He says, well, I would rather the president respond the way he responded in a meeting with the world leaders, right, than to respond to it in a political way, right? So I just kind of wanted to get into that just a little bit because my question to Otis, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
So
Yeah.
would you agree that the way he responded to that first question, it was in an emotional way?
Of course it was. Yes, it was. It was.
Right. Now,
It was emotional.
would you also agree that it's imperative for the commander in chief to have emotional intelligence?
Not necessarily, and I'm gonna tell you why.
No, but hold
And
on.
nope,
So
nope,
we're
nope,
talking
nope, nope,
we're
nope,
talking
nope,
foreign
nope,
policy.
nope, nope. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, please. Nope, give me a minute. Nope, nope, nope. And I'm gonna build this picture. I'm building it. Whoever the president, I'm gonna use me. I'm the president, and I have Trump qualities and his characters. For an example, I'm the president, and you're intelligent enough. Come on now, stop it. You are. We know the president, he ain't running shit. He's just a mouthpiece. So I'm gonna stand on what I said earlier. I would rather have Trump talk all that tough, ignorant shit that he talking to them folks. Yes, I do. But at the end of the day, we know for a fact there's a leash on him and who's ever in that particular office. When you see Trump, trust me, the people across from Trump, they see past Trump. They see the defense of this. They see the secretary of that. They see the cabinet of that. They see the joint chiefs of staffs of that. That's what they see. But they hear Trump or whoever. Right now, let's take Biden. They see Biden, but they know who behind Biden. Let's be real. We had a
But
couple of
Otis,
presidents. No, hear me out. Let me finish. We had a couple of presidents that wasn't the sharpest tool in the doggone toolbox. Bush son, he wasn't shit. He was an average student. Everybody know that. But he wasn't running it. He was just the face. But he had the people behind him running it. So I'm hearing what you're saying. What you're saying, I'm not be with all due respect. That goes with the uninformed and what Kamala did when she brought out Quavo and Meg the Stallion. For those that don't watch the news and not astute enough to understand what's really going on, what you're saying, honestly, with all due respect, works
Right.
to those degenerates. But to an individual like me, I know who really runs the country. Whoever got the title president, they just the figurehead. So I would rather have my figurehead talk that shit. Period. And you're not finna change my mind because you talking to him. I know what Trump say. I know he talks shit. I know he talk crazy. I know he's not emotionally stable. All that. Sometimes you need that crazy motherfucker across from you to get shit done.
Right.
And when he talk too much shit, they know how to pull him back like they've been
but
doing. Let's be
but
real.
Otis,
Come on, man.
but we're not being real,
Yes,
right?
we are. Don't say I'm not.
Because but
I am.
hold on, because so what I'm saying is because you're saying that it's sometimes it's worth it to have somebody who's emotionally unstable, right? And I
No,
just
I'm
want
not
to
saying that. I'm saying that it's
that
sometimes. No, I'm not saying it. Don't put words in my mouth. Sometimes,
that's
not
what you
sometimes.
said,
No, stop putting words in my mouth. Sometimes we need a president of his type of character that don't give a fuck. Now
right?
you can
Right.
add. Now
So
you can
okay,
add all that. Don't just say he lacks
right,
emotional whatever. Add all that other stuff too. Add all the other
okay.
stuff. Cause you got to
So
take the
you're
good with the bad. Let's be real. So all
right,
that negative stuff you say some positive stuff about Trump. Let's start with that. Be honest, because you saying all negative stuff. I'm pretty sure he has some type of traits. Because we both, now you keep bringing up the Army and not the Army, but we both being in the service. We got combat experience and all that. We both know people like Trump, that mentality that we want on our side. And we know we got to calm his ass down at times though. But we know, hey, you go through that door first. Go through that door first, Trump. Go through that minefield first, Trump. Yes. Come on, bro. Who you think you talking to? I'd rather have that. Come on. That's all I'm saying. You're not finna convince me otherwise. I know
right,
what I'm
but
saying.
you're
I know I
reducing.
take the good with the bad.
But Otis,
All of it go together.
let's take emotions out of it for a second,
Okay,
right?
take all. Okay.
So what you're saying is you're not really making much sense, right?
Okay.
Because here's the thing, right? Even if I concede that, okay, he's the figurehead, right? But according to the Constitution, right? Let's
Man,
just
here we
stick with.
go.
Hold on, listen, because if we're gonna nullify the Constitution, right? Then we is no reason to even have the discussion,
Who's nullifying the Constitution? Let's be real.
right?
Who
So
said
what
anything about nullifying? And what did I say that would nullify the Constitution? What did I say?
you haven't
And
said
which
anything yet.
constitution you trying to nullify?
I just wanna give the premise and the baseline of what I'm about to say, right?
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
in the Constitution, right, it goes into the executive powers, right? It outlines the president of the United States as the commander in chief, and within his purview, he has the nuclear codes, right? He's the one who makes the decision to push that button according to the U.S. Constitution, right or wrong. Are you there, Otis?
You muted, cuz. Check your
I'm
mute.
sorry. I'm sorry. He does have those duties, but not according to the U.S. Constitution. But he does have those duties, based on the But I agree with you. Okay.
Right, right. So what I'm saying is just based on the responsibility, and that's why I'm sticking with the commander in chief part, because I understand, yes, he has other responsibilities other than just the commander in chief. But the commander in chief part is outlined in the U.S. Constitution, which means that he is the head of the chain of command of our military force, right?
Okay.
Which,
So what's the point?
if it comes down, because my point is simple, right? If it comes down to a worst case scenario, right? Do we want a mentally unstable or emotionally unstable person to have power during a situation that has a multitude of consequences and effects? Would you rather have an emotionally unstable person or a person that has emotional intelligence?
What else goes along with that? Because those are not enough options. Now, if I just had to choose between those two, obviously I would choose the one that's more emotional. That's obvious. But again, and this is what I like about you. You good, and you are not fault. No, you're great at bringing up your examples and try to prove your point. But my only comeback to that is that has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. Nothing.
How?
So what? It takes more than being just emotionally fit. There's other characteristics that go along with that, a whole lot more. Now, would I like him or her to have that box checked? Of course. But if it's not checked, what other boxes does he or her have checked? That's what I'm saying. Let's be real about it. Not everyone's going to have all the boxes checked. And also,
Right.
too, let's be real about this as well. Stop it. Yes, he's the figurehead, or she, whoever's going to be the figurehead. But trust me, there's delegations. He knows how to delegate. There's people around him that know they have to do their job.
And
Period.
and 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 Otis,
Again.
see, and
So
this is why.
he or she can only do so much.
But
Listen,
see, this is why.
And they can only
This
let
is.
them do so much.
But
that was crazy, dog.
this is why we have to make the analogies, right? To bring it down to a personal level that all of us can understand, right? That's why I say, hey, we all agree, all three of us agree that the office of the president of the United States is a managerial position, right?
Okay.
Right. So that's why I bring it to us, because we are the citizens who are voting, right? So we are the interviewers, right? And he's the one coming for the interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm
Okay.
saying is, if I have this resume, let's say me and you, we're partners in a corporation, Otis, right?
Okay.
And we have
Good
these two
analogies.
candidates. We have
Mm-hmm.
these two candidates that we're trying to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
One candidate has 34 felonies,
Mm-hmm.
and he also he's indebted $500 million, right?
That
The
part is
other
questionable, but
the
okay.
other
But go
the
ahead.
other candidate the other candidate has no criminal history
Okay.
and no debt,
Okay.
right? Which
Okay.
candidate are we likely to hire to run our business?
Okay. Question. What's the job duties? What are we asking that candidate to do? Because at
To
certain point,
manage to manage to manage our company.
okay, who are they going to be talking to? Because
They're
based
gonna
on,
they're gonna be they're
let's
gonna
keep it
be
real.
they're gonna
Is,
be
is it the
managing.
president of the United States, or what job we talking about? Because I like your analogies, but I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to fill in some of the blanks for you. If It's just me and you. This is our company, the United States of America, which it is a company. It's a corporation. Look it up,
Yep,
and
yep,
it's just
sure
me and
is.
you. It's just me and you, and we own it. Me and Brownsville, and we got equal votes, and we interviewing two potential candidates to run the president, to run this country, this company, this corporation. Me, I'm letting you know right now, with no certain hesitation. I would rather, based on the situation we got going on right now, how we are looked at upon in this country, and that's what I believe. I would rather have Trump as the face head instead of Kamala, because I know for a fact Trump would do some shit and say some shit that I want to say. And I know for a fact, since it's just me and you, and I know you my partner, and I know how we roll, we know who really run this country. I'ma pull, and you gonna pull Trump back when he say something that we didn't want him to say at all times, because that's the reality of the real situation. But
Now,
based
Otis.
on this
Now,
company,
now
let
this
me
what you
finish.
did. Now,
Let me
go ahead.
finish.
Go ahead.
Let
Go
me
ahead, Otis.
finish. But based on this company, the United States, I would want Trump. Another company, whether it's judicial or something like that, of course I will look more favorable towards Kamala or anybody else based on that type of company. But this company, the United States company, corporation, I want a different type of figurehead. Someone who has experience with business. Someone who knows how to bankrupt a company and still keep his assets. Because the average American don't know the definition of a true bankruptcy. I do.
Okay.
And he
Okay.
does.
So,
So that's
so,
what I'm
so
Right,
gonna
this,
pick.
so this
right.
is what you did. So this is what you did. Now, I want to just show you what you just did.
Tell me.
You just reduced the office of the president of the United States
No, I
down
didn't.
to down to a degenerate communicator, as
No, I
long as
didn't.
he understands the ins and outs on how to run. Because basically, this is what
Okay,
you said.
well, okay.
You
Based
said,
on
"Hold on, let me finish, Otis. Let me finish." You said the first thing you said, "Well, I want a guy who's able to talk S." Right? That's basically what you said. That's your only qualification as far as, well, that was your number one qualification. I want the guy to be able to talk S and talk like he's out of his mind. Right?
no, no, okay,
And
okay.
then
Oh,
and then you said,
okay,
and then
wow,
you
let's do it
said,
here. See,
and
no, that
then
ain't
you
gonna
said,
work,
hold on,
bro. That's
No,
hold
not
on.
he
gonna work,
said
bro.
he
Gonna
wants the
Hold
work,
on.
bro.
businessman
And
is what he
I'm
said.
not gonna let you do that because you good at taking somebody's word because we having a regular conversation. But if you want me to be politically correct and use the the proper terms and adjectives, I will. What I meant by when I said I want him to talk shit, I want someone who's going to have the stoicism that look and talk with firmness and don't take any I was gonna use the word shit. Does not bow down and gets their point across and stand on it and don't have too many negotiations. Say and mean what you say and do it. Impose the terms that you're gonna do and do what you're gonna do. Give them an option. If they don't respond in a certain length of time, do what you said you're going to do. 10 toes down. Not this back and forth placating and playing games and giving shit to the American. No, do what you're going to do. Stand on it. That's what I mean. Not just to
Right.
talk shit. Someone who knows someone who knows how to run the business. Period. That's
And a
what I
charge
mean.
and a charge
Basically,
That's
ain't
what I
nothing but a
mean.
bill.
someone
And a
someone
charge
who
ain't nothing but a
understands
bill.
how to scam people.
See, you use those adjectives, which is fine. You have every right to feel that way. But he doesn't know how to scam people. A lot of people, a lot of business owners that know what to do once they get to a certain point and they realize that that company is no longer feasible or profitable, they know how to file bankruptcy and keep their assets and start over again.
Right.
There's
And then
nothing wrong with
but see,
that.
but Otis,
There's nothing wrong with that.
it is, it's a lot wrong with it, because
No, it's
all you're
not.
doing, let me explain what's wrong with it. Because you're just looking at it from his position, right? But all of his creditors, the people who work for him, right? The people he owed money to, right? Those are the people who were affected by it. They believed in his vision, his plan. They gave him the seed money. He did what he did, took the money, and left them with nothing.
See, I'm gonna see where I'm
Yes, it
texting. I
worked
just
out.
say
It
you get
worked out for
emotional.
him. Hold on, Otis. Otis. It
Emotional.
worked out for him. Listen, no, it's not. It's not emotional,
It is on your
right?
side. Yeah,
Because
it is. Yeah, it is.
if you talk to the people who were involved in these business dealings that failed, right? Somebody lost. Now Trump didn't lose, right? He kept his assets, but
Right,
somebody
because
else lost.
how many businesses fail on a yearly basis?
A
And
lot.
let's stop asking that question. Let me stop even
Most.
asking that question. No, because you went there, so I'm going to go there. I've had several businesses that failed. I'm not ashamed to say that because I look at it differently. I had businesses that I don't look at it as failure. I look at it as now I know what to do next time better. But I had several businesses that failed. Not intentionally, but they failed. A couple of them I had employees that I had to let go. Sad. Sometimes I cried. I had an internet cafe, had to let 2 employees go. Sometimes that shit happens. It just don't work out. I wasn't trying to scam nobody. There was no malice in my heart. The revenue just wasn't there. So you take my small business and you apply that same process to Fortune 500 companies or Fortune 250 companies or Fortune 100 companies. They fail sometimes, and those people lose their jobs. So you're going the emotional route. That man Trump had businesses that failed, period.
Right.
So come on, man, I don't want to
Consolidated Freightways, which is a cut down, shut down on all the employees nationwide. Left all them
yeah, I
dudes high
mean,
and dry, no money.
businesses fail. It's not
They
our
filed
fault that
bankrupt.
he
They
knew how
had
to
to
take
file bankrupt.
advantage of the situation and protect himself once the business did fail. We need to be doing that. And I'm glad you brought that up. And that's what he was trying to teach us. Some of us got it. Some of us
And
did.
you
And some of us
and you know what
didn't.
and you know what the correlation of that is? Because I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
Because the correlation of that is when the business of the United States of America fails, he's gonna understand how to protect himself while putting everybody else in harm's way.
Says
Wait a
you.
minute.
And I
Wait a minute.
disagree with that
Wait a
because
minute.
he's already proven otherwise.
Wait a
He's
minute. A
proven
lot
that
of
he's
these
not trying to
wait a
do
minute.
that.
Hold on. Time out. Because a lot of these companies here in this country are outsourcing their business overseas to India, to China. Trust and believe. I used to work for AT.
Including him.
I used to work for AT&T, so I know how it goes.
Have you
Anytime you
ever
call
bought a
now,
have you ever bought a Trump tie?
or who? A Trump what?
Trump tie or any type of garment that he sold.
No, I ain't never bought nothing.
Okay. So if you
I don't
go into
listen.
Neiman Marcus, hold on, if you go into Neiman Marcus or any one of those stores like that and you come across any of his merchandise, you're gonna see made in China.
I know that. I know that.
So what's the point? But I would say this, because I'll make the point, the correlation. Trump will be the one to put tariffs on China and Japan or whoever he needs to before the Democrats would. Trump will keep China from coming over here buying American land. I know that. The Democrats won't. See, certain things I could just see that I know for a fact the Democrats won't do. But they allow them to come over and buy American land. That's been done right now as we speak. Yes, of course,
Right.
import and export is being done. Of
They come
course it
here, they
is.
get grants,
But
they
Trump would
don't
be
have
the
to pay
one.
taxes for
Yeah. Yeah, but
6 years.
hold on. But Trump will be the one that's going to put the tariffs on the situation to tighten it up when it needs to be. Now, I'm not saying the Democrats haven't done it in the past, because I'm pretty sure there are some presidents in the past that have done tariffs on the Democratic side. But as of late, Trump has been the only one that has done it. Now, you could question if it worked or not. We could have a conversation about that. But at least he was trying to do something to stop the influx of businesses going over across
But
seas.
I'll
At least he was
concede
trying to
that.
do something.
But see, here's the thing. I wouldn't even argue against that. In those instances, I would say you're correct, right?
Okay.
And so I would concede that to him. But the biggest issue, and I feel like the number one issue that's just being glossed over and
Hmm.
forgotten about, right, is in a moment of catastrophe, right? Another pandemic or another insurrection or another war, any of those type of things that has a propensity to happen somewhere down the line in the future, he is not the person that I want behind any decision making when it comes to quelling a national disaster or catastrophe in any manner.
I will.
I want somebody who's level headed, who does have stoicism, who does have emotional intelligence, who does understand the Constitution, who does have a basic foundation in other things regarding foreign policy, regarding health policy, regarding, that has a well rounded background when it comes to problem solving. Not just someone who understands how to bankrupt a company and maintain assets, but someone who understands the decisions to make to stop the spread of a pandemic, or someone who understands the decisions to make to prevent a war, or someone who understands the decisions to make to prevent an insurrection. Because guess what? Those are the issues. Out of all the issues you named, Otis, and you would have
Mhm.
to agree with me on that. Out of all the issues you named, those are the issues. The issues I just named are the ones that have uh, a more of a chance to affect my bottom line and your bottom line.
Okay. Let me give you just a little
Well,
bit.
no,
Hold on, hold on. Let me respond to that though. Let me respond to that. Let me give just a little bit pushback on that because I heard everything you said. And on face value, I agree with you on face value. But again, it can't be more than face value. But I will say this, and I won't ramble. What I agree with you on in the big frame of the picture is if he just sticks to reading the teleprompter, we will be okay. And what I mean by that is, far as the pandemics and things like that that may come about when whoever is sitting in that office, I believe that is on the job training. No president, no human being is prepared to take care and take charge of that type of situation. There's going to be individuals around the president, the doctors, the biological chemists, everything that we saw. But of course, we all know who the figurehead would be. But trust me, people will be around whoever the elected people choose to put up there. So I'm not really worried about that part. What I'm worried
But
about
you're
is,
correct
hold
on
on,
that.
hear me out. What I am worried about is, and I will give you this, is when it's if something, God forbid, something were to break out and Donald Trump is in office again. And if it's up to him to go out and read the teleprompter to explain to the American people what just took place, then that would make me nervous. And I would give you your point there. But let's not be real. Let's not be naive and think that what he's reading from that teleprompter was his doing. He the one that came up with the idea or whatever remedy that's going to come out his mouth. Out of his or her mouth. He or her didn't come up with that remedy. The staff did. The people that's around them did. They were just the
Right, you're
figurehead.
correct.
So let's not
Otis,
get it
I'm not
twisted.
I'm not even but here's the
But
thing.
but but you
I'm
are
not
doing
even
that because you keep
arguing that
saying what
point.
come out of his mouth though.
Hold
But
on,
you are
but
doing that
Otis,
though
no,
because
listen,
he's
because here's
listen.
the thing. We both understand, Otis, we both understand that yes, the staff, the people he hires as the czar of health and the czar of commerce,
all that,
all of
right.
those all of those things, those are the experts. We get it,
Hmm.
right? But
Right.
we both understand this: in a time of disaster, in a time of catastrophe, There's going to be a multitude of people who have ideas of how he
Hmm.
should proceed, right?
Right.
So
Right.
what is necessary for the person who upholds that office, they must have the ability to discern, have discernment on what ideas to follow, right? And I believe when you have somebody who is emotionally unstable, they are more than likely to follow somebody who is giving them an emotional plan, and they're going to react to that instead of respond. That's the issue that you're not addressing.
Great
Let
point.
me ask
I
a
give you
question.
that.
Let me ask, let me ask,
I give you that. But go ahead, Haitian. Go
let me
ahead.
ask
Say
a
something
question.
you got to say.
Let me ask a question.
What's up?
I mean, and seriously, who do y'all think these nations will give more respect to? Okay. I mean, I understand about a button. Both of them got what can have an itchy trigger finger. Either way it go. But respectfully, these nations, who do y'all think they would respect more? That's my question. I mean, at the end of the day, who do you think they're gonna give more respect to? A
What
businessman
do you think?
or an
You tell
attorney?
me. Okay, you
I
tell me
think
who
they
you
would give
think.
more
Just
respect to
your
the
opinion.
businessman. I think they would give more respect to the businessman than the attorney. That's just my take on it. I mean, and that's all I got to say about that. I mean, but seriously, at the end of the day, I look at who are these nations gonna respect more.
And it's already come out. You can look it up. What these nations have said about him, and none of them respect him. Not a single one.
I don't know where you're getting your sources from.
Go look it
I'm
up.
not going to
Just
get there.
just
Yeah,
Google
I'm gonna have to look
Google
that up. But
Yeah,
at the
Google. Now I'm
same
gonna tell you.
time,
Listen, hold on, Haitian. I'm gonna tell you exactly what to Google. Google what world leaders say about how they feel about respecting Trump. They don't. They look at him as an idiot. They look at him as somebody who's out of control. They look at him as somebody that they can easily manipulate. This is what they have said about him. And I'm not surprised, because if I was him, I would want him, because I want somebody who I can easily manipulate with an emotional trigger.
While he was in office, to your knowledge, was he manipulated by a foreign leader?
Yes,
Who?
Russia, for one.
In what way? I'm
That was
asking a
proven.
legitimate question.
Okay, that was
How?
proven by the Mueller investigation.
In what regards? Refresh my memory. I'm not trying to be funny. No gotcha moment. I'm asking a genuine question. Seriously. In what regards? Refresh my memory.
The Mueller investigation
Mueller investigation. Okay.
suggested, and I can't remember exactly what was outlined in the investigation, but they
Hmm.
said that he was in a compromised position when dealing with Russia. That was the reason why he was impeached. One of the reasons why he was impeached.
I need to go look at that. I heard of the Mueller report. I need to hold on. It ain't been that long ago. I check into
That's
that
what I'm
though.
saying.
I hear you though. It ain't been that long ago. I check into it though. I hear you though. All right, that's why I like these conversations. Hey, we just having a conversation. I like it. I like it. Okay.
But a lot of people are quick to forget the first 4 years of his reign in office, right? And all of
Mhm.
the blunders, it was just blunder after blunder after blunder after blunder, investigation after investigation, allegation after allegation. That
Well,
lasted all throughout his presidency. Yet we seem to quickly forget the reason why they didn't rehire him as the president. They picked a dude that we listen. We didn't feel like Biden was competent 4 years ago. Am I right
man,
or wrong about that?
listen.
Because most of the stuff that you talking about what was going on while he was president, that was stuff that was dealing with his personal life. That had nothing to do with what he was doing as far as the country was concerned. That was his personal life. All them allegations and all that stuff. Man, come on, that
Not the
didn't have nothing to
Mueller
do.
investigation. The Mueller
Yeah,
investigation had to
yeah, I get
was
the Mueller
different,
investigation, but all the other, but a lot of the other stuff was all his personal stuff that was going on in his personal life.
right?
That's
That's correct.
so. I mean, but Mueller investigation, yeah, I got to go back and reread on that. 'Cause I remember it, but I can't remember everything that went on with that. But yeah, I got that. But everything else, I mean, none of that other stuff had anything to deal with the country. The only thing that had anything to do with the country was the Mueller report.
Right, and
So
that was bad. I mean, he was impeached. And here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is this: the bottom line for me is
Mm-hmm.
I'm a registered independent just like y'all are, right? And like I say, I come back to my original point. The way
Mm-hmm.
I look at the figurehead of the president of the United States is who's the best representative of me and my family going forward, and who would I trust in time of turmoil to undergo the proper decision making process. Those are the two things that I look forward to voting for, because as we both agree, Otis, when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to our bottom lines, it's the
Yes, sir.
local elections. It's the
Yes.
city officials and the state officials of whatever city and state we're part of. Those are the elections that's going to affect our businesses, that's going to mostly affect our taxes, et cetera, et cetera. When it comes to real estate tax, when it comes to land tax, when it comes to the water bill, the light bill, all of those things that comes from the city elections and the state elections, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when that's what I don't understand when a lot of people get on YouTube and they talk about the business aspect of Trump. Majority of his policies, it doesn't affect our bottom lines, right? Now he did affect, I would give him this credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
The stock market did a little bit better under his administration
Mm-hmm.
because of
Okay.
because
Thank you
of
for
the
acknowledging that. Okay.
because of the tax breaks that he was willing to give the top 1% of the companies, and it had that trickle down effect when it comes to the stock market. Yes, right. But do you
Mm-hmm.
know the percentage of stock owners when it comes to our people?
What is it?
it's very minimal. It's very minimal.
Very, very,
I already know. Yeah.
very minimal.
Might be 0.5%, man. Honestly.
Right, right. So what I'm saying is, yes, in that way, he does have an advantage there because he's going to give those corporate tax breaks to those companies, and the stock market is going to respond favorably to that. But also, we also got to acknowledge this, Otis.
Mm-hmm.
During the event of a catastrophe, right, that could
Uh,
possibly happen, the stock market will also adversely be affected by that if the proper decisions aren't made.
of
That's
course. Yeah,
exactly
it
what
happens.
happened during COVID, right? During
Yes.
COVID, the stock market completely tanked, right? A lot of people lost a lot of money, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
granted, over time they got their money back if they didn't panic sell, right? However, because he's so unstable, I can't trust that everything is gonna stay in alignment to where we're making progress. That's the issue. I don't want to be in a position to just have to be concerned about every national thing that happens and what decision he's going to make for the better or for the worse.
Wow. Well, listen, it's been 2 hours. We've been having this conversation. And first and foremost, hey, I want to thank Brownsville and my cuz Haitian for even having this conversation. It was a great open back and forth. I love it. I love it. I love the way me and Brownsville have this. To me, this is like barbershop talk. This is just a regular conversation. I love this shit. Hopefully, you felt the same way,
Yeah.
Brownsville. I'm pretty sure my cousin did too. I just
Yeah.
like open
Oh yeah.
dialogue. We don't have to agree on everything. Just have an open conversation. Just talk about it. And I'm not gonna lie, Brownsville, he made some points. He made me he tried to make me look at it a different way, but nah. And I'm glad my cousin was here because he almost had me. Brownsville, you almost had me up a couple of points, but then cuz had to come and bring up a couple of points, had me look back. Okay. And this is what I love about this. I love conversations, man. I love this.
Right.
But before I let you go though, Brownsville, my cousin and I, we were discussing this Olympic boxer is two transgender boxers that are competing in the Olympics. Okay, and I believe one is from Argentina. They had their first bout today or yesterday. The transgender, and
Okay.
she
Okay.
won.
My
She
bad.
won, and they stopped the fight after 45 seconds because the opponent that she hit, she said she's never been hit like that before. I mean, hit that hard before in her life. My question to you is, if you were even aware of this, first of all, were you aware that was going on? They have two transgender individuals in the Olympics. Were you aware of that?
Yes, and it's disgraceful.
Okay, talk to me.
It's
Just
it's
give me your take on it.
it's an abomination, and I totally disagree
Thank you.
with it.
Thank you.
And I believe that we need to outlaw all of that type of behavior, all of those types of changes. I'm in total disagreement with it.
Wow. I'm glad you feel the same. Yeah, I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah.
We're on the same page. To me, it's just
Yeah.
common sense. Yeah, cuz and I, we had a lengthy conversation about that yesterday. So whenever you get a chance, just go back and watch that. But I just wanted to get your feel on that because they stopped the fight because the pronoun is they hit her so hard in her nose that the young lady that got hit in the nose, she just stopped it. And she honestly said that she never been hit before like that in her life. And she's a professional boxer.
Yeah. And
She's
her
been
nose
around the ring
instantly
a few
started
times,
bleeding.
and she's never been hit that hard before in her life. And
Yeah. Her
after the fight,
nose
she
instantly
actually
started
went
bleeding
down
too.
and went and dropped to her knees and just crying because she's like, "Wow!" And that's
And that
crazy,
and that goes
man.
that goes to show you, Otis and Haitian. It goes to show you that that's proof and confirmation that men shouldn't be treated like women and women shouldn't be treated like men. There's
Thank
a
you.
That part.
reason why. There's a reason why we separate men and women wrestlers and men and women football players and all of
Right.
those different types of things, right? Because
Right.
Hmm.
we have testosterone, they have estrogen, right? There's
Exactly.
certain things in our DNA that puts the woman on an unfair playing field or unfair uh it's just very unfair to
Right.
compare and compete with women. That's my
Right.
issue with the Rim Brothers on YouTube,
Right. I
right?
need to
Right.
tie it
That's
in. Yep,
Yeah.
you're right.
that's
Yeah.
one that's
Yeah.
what I tell them. Listen, men, we should not be comparing ourselves with our woman or competing with our
With
woman.
our women. Exactly.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
That's a
You're right,
weak
bro.
mentality of men, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it furthers the argument that the rainbow community has. Well, if men are already putting themselves in position to compare themselves with women and compete with women, then why not can I just realign myself as a woman and just beat them up?
Right.
Mm, that's
Because
wild.
the
Right.
men are already beating a woman up on YouTube.
Right. Right.
And
And
unfortunately,
now
you are
they now they
correct.
now they
Wow.
trying to take the part of a woman and beat up a woman.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I want to
I'm with you.
backtrack a little bit and give a shout out to Natasha Vincent.
Yeah.
You had opposed a question Brownsville, and that's why I love the chat. Shout out to Natasha Vincent. Natasha Vincent is the sponsor of the show until further notice. I appreciate you for real. But she pulled up this stat, Brownsville, as of 2022, 39% of black families own stocks directly or indirectly, compared to 65% of white families. Now, I will say this:
66.
I didn't know it was that high. I didn't know it was that high. That's wild. Did you know it was that high, Brownsville?
Thanks,
No, I did
Natasha.
not know it was
Wow.
that high, but I did expect us to be doubled up on that, just like we're doubled up on a lot of the stats. Did you know also, and Natasha Vincent can also confirm this, that in 2022, that was like one of the first years of decline in terms of home ownership in our community.
Yeah,
Wow.
We
yeah,
actually declined in that when we were progressing in all of the other years.
right,
So
right.
that's also alarming to me. So it's a lot of things that I'm alarmed by. And
Hmm.
one of the things that, and that's why I'm so staunchly against this gender war ideology and this rim brother ideology, because in
Most
order for
definitely.
us in order for us to propel forward as a community, we're going to need the black man and the black woman to come together,
Listen,
unify, and progress forward, right?
listen,
And we're not going to be able to do that if the men are attacking the woman, and then by retaliation the women are now attacking the men.
For
listen,
sure. But real quick, hold on
listen.
before you go, Haitian. This has been a little bit over 2 hours. I'm going to give you two the last word. I'm going to give you the last word, Haitian, and then after Haitian, I will give the last word to a Brownsville. So what do you
Well,
have to say? Oh, but before I let you go, let me. I promise, please hold your thought. Don't lose it. Before I let both you guys go, let me just give a shout out to the chat real quick. Shout out to Natasha, most definitely. I see you and I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for stopping through. Victor Hart. I appreciate you, sir. Shout out to, of course, my man, Next Level MF. Thank you. Hey, thank you guys for coming through. You guys are the regulars. I appreciate you. It goes without saying. I appreciate you a lot. But go ahead, Haitian. You can have
yeah.
your last word. Then I'll
Well,
give it to Brownsville. Yes, sir.
well, I was just gonna say off of what Brownsville was just saying. I was just gonna say, unfortunately, Sonya, and I hate to say her name, Sonya Maxey. I hope I'm not messing her name up right, wrong, or nothing. But that should have been an eye opener to men all over this nation that these women need our protection. That's all I
Right,
was gonna say. That should have been a way. That should have been an eye opener for all of our men to understand that despite them telling these women that they need to be independent and all that, they need us.
right,
They need us, regardless of
right.
how they feel. They do need us. So and that's all I want to say on what he was saying. This should have been an eye opener to us men that these women do need our protection. So
Yes, sir.
I'm done
Great
with that.
point. Yes, sir. And I agree with you
Yeah,
wholeheartedly. You have no
I
pushback
do
on.
too.
Yeah.
Great point.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead, Brownsville. You have the last word, sir. Go ahead.
And I would say in closing, to further Haitian's point, that Malcolm X said these words in a speech in 1962. He said that the most disrespected person on the planet is the black woman. He said the least protected person
Wow.
on this planet is the black woman. And he said the
yeah,
most neglected person on the planet is the black woman. He made this speech in 1962. And if you look uh, almost 60 years later, nothing has changed. The only thing that has changed is the black men has decided to regress instead of progress. And what I'm calling for men to do is to recalibrate their value system, remove sex, lust, and degeneracy from the top of their value system, replace it with God, add some honor, integrity, loyalty, um, accountability, self-reflection, and all of those things, so that we can become good leaders. We can become
right,
trustworthy. right? And then our woman will naturally follow our leadership once we move in that fashion. Peace and love to everybody out there. It was a great show, Otis. I love having these conversations with you. And I hope you continue to do what you're doing. Have a great summer. Peace and love to you and your family.
I appreciate you, sir, and
Yeah,
this definitely won't be the last time we
yeah,
interact. And I definitely appreciate you, and peace to your family as well. From the bottom of my heart, you're a good guy, man. Continue
yeah.
doing what you're doing. Peace to
Love
you.
Brownsville.
It
Yeah.
won't be the last time. Peace to you, sir. Hey,
Hey,
with that being
with that being
said,
said,
listen, great show. I appreciate you. Thanks, Brownsville, for coming through. Of course, shout out to my co-host, Haitian, that he always come through when I need him. I appreciate you. Great conversation. Didn't expect Brownsville to come up. We had a great show. Great show. It's been, 2 hours and 14 minutes. I tried my best not to keep you much longer than that. I like to get straight to the point and have a great dialogue. Thank you for Brownsville again for coming through and sparking a great conversation. Tomorrow is Friday. I will try my best to come back tomorrow with the show, but Fridays it is the wife day and weekends it's the wife day. But if you don't see me tomorrow, I'll be back strong first thing Monday. But I got a feeling you'll see me tomorrow. I might do a night show, come back live Friday night. But with that being said, hey people, I love you. Until next time.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.